Hello, welcome to this month's series on swallowing. I'm Michelle Richardson, speech language pathologist and owner of Richardson Speech and Voice. I think all populations can relate to today's topic on anxiety with swallowing pills. Maybe you or a child of yours or a loved one of yours has experienced this at some point in time. It can be scary and frustrating for everybody. I've worked with many clients experiencing this, but I didn't fully understand pill swallowing anxiety until I experienced it personally with one of my daughters at home, which led me on a deep dive search for ways to help. And so I'm glad to report we have had success with swallowing pills and overcoming that anxiety in my own home, and I've seen it clinically, a lot of success with my clients as well. Now, sometimes difficulty swallowing pills is caused by a true medical swallowing problem. And in that case, I need to stress that you should call your doctor. So if you are coughing or choking on pills, solids, or liquids, please don't try these tricks at home, but please contact your doctor. However, sometimes kids and adults can just have a fear of swallowing pills with no trigger at all, or related to generalized anxiety. So what can we do about that? Well, coming from a fellow mom and SLP who's experienced this clinically as well as personally, I have a few tricks up my sleeve, and I would love to share those with you today. So some of the obvious first routes would be to ask your doctor if it is safe to cut the pill in half or to crush it and put it in some applesauce or pudding. If you've tried these and have had no success, I have a few other tricks that we could try that I've tried with my kids and my clients and had seen good success with. So one of the first things I like to try is having them swallow something very tiny at first. I have some sprinkles here of different shapes, different sizes, and having them swallow the smallest sprinkle with some water or other liquid. And when you see success with that, praise that and move up to a little bit bigger sprinkle and work your way up to simulate a pill until you get to the size of their actual pill that they're trying to take. Once you graduate from sprinkles, sometimes I like to move on to chocolate chips. That's always a fun one to try to swallow. Maybe M&Ms or Tic Tacs, and build their confidence for swallowing something small and work your way up as their confidence improves. You can also change the liquid that they use to wash it down. So some people just use water, and that's great. But research has shown that cold and sour liquids are often great for stimulating a more efficient swallow. And that can work with pills too. So try letting them swallow with a glass of cold sour lemonade, or maybe even a little bit of an ice cold soda. The carbonation, the cold, and the sour might help them swallow quickly before they even have a chance to become anxious. Sometimes also just using a straw instead of the cup rim is helpful. You have to keep in mind that tablets and capsules are very different. Tablets tend to sink with liquid, capsules tend to float. So they move around differently in the mouth, and so sometimes you have to try different methods based on what type of medication that you're trying to swallow. Also, the biggest part is being patient with yourself, being patient with them, giving lots of verbal praise when they have success with even something as small as a tiny sprinkle. And if these methods don't work, call me. I have a few more tricks up my sleeve and would love to help. Again, I would love to stress that these tips are for those whose pill swallowing difficulty is due to anxiety or fear, not a true swallowing disorder. If you're coughing or choking on foods or liquids or pills, or they're frequently getting stuck in your throat or in your chest, or you've been told that you're at risk for aspiration, please see your doctor and a speech language pathologist for a swallowing evaluation before trying these strategies. Thank you.